Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
I'd like to welcome you all to Scoob's Theatre of Books. My name is Kirsten and I'm the manager here. Can I just have a show of hands who's the first time they've been to Scoob's? If you're newbies to Scoob's, welcome everybody. And if I could be presumptuous, please would you mind liking our Scoob's Facebook page, Scoob's Theatre of Books. And once you've liked that, it gives you all the details of all the events we have, the fabulous events that we have, like this evening. And so you can keep up to date with that. And also check in at Scoob so everybody knows where you've been tonight. I'd like to welcome our fantastic author this evening, Diana du Plessis, and her beautiful book. Round of applause, everybody. Her beautiful book, Hello World. I'm sure you'll all agree that there's nothing more fantastic and more special than the birth of a baby. And I think you're very lucky to be involved in all those beautiful moments, Diana. I think you're very lucky. Not only are we celebrating the launch of Diana's book this evening, we're also celebrating Woodruck Publishing, because it is their first book that's been published. So I'd like you to give them a round of applause. To Fred and Renelle, thank you very much for bringing this very special book to Scoob's. And I believe it's going to be one of three. It's going to be a series. So one of four. Fantastic. So you'll all be invited to the next three launches. Which will be fantastic. Next year, fantastic. I just want to give you a bit of background about Scoob's. We're very passionate about our authors and our publishers. We've done 150 events so far this year, and we're still going strong. And we've launched over 200 authors in the last 18 months. So Diana, welcome. You're part of a very special family, the Scoob's family now. So we expect you to come and visit whenever you're in the area, because we like to give support to our authors as they go along their journey. That's all from me. I'd like to now hand over to Marnitz de Beer, who's Diana's son, who is going to be our MC for the evening. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Firstly, I just want to say to my mom, congratulations on this wonderful book. From Isak, Dad, and Marlies, and David, that's not here, and Rudy, and Arne, we are very proud of you, and congratulations on this wonderful book. You always dreamed of writing this, and finally it's here. So well done. I just want to say that there's a cash bar here for any of you that want to get some refreshments. And if you haven't had something to eat or drink, just around the corner is some refreshments there, and the bathrooms is just around the corner. So further to do, I just want to get it over to Anna. She just want to say some few words.
I'm not so sure that I actually need this microphone. My voice is actually quite good. So thank you very much for everybody coming. I'm so happy to see you all. And I'm so pleased that you made time to be with us today. I thought it might be a great idea to tell you how the book evolved. Now, but before I do that, I need to introduce you to the team. So a first team member of mine, the most important one, my right hand, my left hand, my back, she covers my back all the time, is Anneke Grobler. Anneke came into my life, and Anneke came into my life many, many years ago. She was my student assistant at Rand Afrikaans University, who changed into UJ. She had to work with me, she had to do stuff for me, especially on the computer. I know how to switch it on and off, and then I lose some data. And then Anneke would find it. Of course, as life goes, she progressed, she became a psychologist, she left me. And before she went, she gave me a notebook of exactly how to create a file, how to delete a file, how to save a file. I'm not very good in that area. But that's what Anneke did. Anneke came into my life as this young, fresh, beautiful young student. I met up with her as this wonderful, mature mother, absolute strength in my life. So thank you very much for all your help. Anneke co-authored. She did some of the technical work. She selected some of the photos. She was involved all the way, which is actually great. It's so nice to have somebody in my life, as in forever. It feels like yesterday and it's more than 10 years. So it's actually wonderful. So how did it all happen and who's my other role players? I decided on a trip down memory lane book a long time ago, and I approached quite a few publishers. Won't mention their names, not going to give them publicity tonight. But they all turned me down. They didn't think it would sell and they didn't think it was a great idea. I thought it was a magnificent idea to have a trip down memory lane with Baby Wise. And they just wouldn't oblige, they wouldn't do it. So my very dear husband introduced me to a very dear friend who's also working with him on some other business ventures. And his name, Fred van der Linde. Kom Fred, hou op praat en kom staan hier voor dat die mense sien hoe jy lyk. Fred van der Linde, he came into my life. I must tell you, there are times that he's absolutely a pain in the butt. I thought that I was OCD, you know, a little touch of OCD, but he's even worse. But we had quite a few surprises for him. He didn't know that the surprises were there, but it did. The second person in my life that Fred introduced me was Runel. Come on, Runel. Runel is our co-editor, she's our co-technical assistant, she's our co-everything. Without her in her life, this book would not have been. So with the help of these people, we could actually sit down and create my dream. I was really utterly focused on creating this memory down, this trip down memory lane. Remember, I'm an old duck, just in case I die. I need to have somebody to look at my memories. And then, of course, the two of them introduced me to Roshan. You can just stand up and let them see who you are. And he's our printer. And without him, the book sure as hell would not have been here. So let me tell you how the book evolved. It was such a magnificent experiment. We decided that we're going to run it through social media. And as you all know, or most of you know, we started off with hunting down a name for the book. And it was a name, isn't it? Yeah, it was a name, isn't it? So we eventually involved how many people? How many voted for us?
3,700.
3,700 topics. And eventually we chose, not we, you chose this little baby with how many votes? Also more than 3,000. And this baby was a clear-cut winner. Everybody loved him, everybody wanted him on the front page, and everybody voted for him. Which is absolutely stunning. A second runner-up, a very close runner-up, if you can open that up for us. A second runner-up, I mean, at one stage they were neck on neck. What's this little baby? And this little baby belonged, oh, I didn't say, yeah, but give them the names.
The runner-up is Marijke Botha's son, Ewald. And then the front page winner is Diana King's son, Logan.
Isn't that wonderful? So that's the two babies that everybody selected that they loved most. So when we eventually got down to the top 50, we got down to the top 40, to the top 20, and then the top 18, and then we started voting. It was amazing. I normally switch off my cell phone on a Friday evening and switch it back on a Sunday evening. Well, I don't switch it off, I lie. I switch Facebook off. So I couldn't stop. My husband was laughing all the way because I was constantly adding up the numbers and I had to like each one in order to count them. So that's a little difficult, and my IT expert should really work on that with the next books. So this was a daunting task, but it was an exciting task. And when we eventually, now don't take away, it's fine. eventually, when we ended up with a top 5, it was a top 5, all hell broke loose. I never saw, when the first 1,000 voted, I was excited. When the second 1,000 voted, I was almost insane. And when it came to 3,500, 5,000, 8,000, I was really going through the ceiling. I couldn't believe so many of you actually vote for something I published. Thank you. That was absolutely wonderful. Now, you can page it for us. Now, we couldn't have done the book if we didn't have a contributor. And we did approach a few people, but they also didn't think it was such a great idea. So we approached Eivind, and Eivind said, of course, why didn't you ask earlier? So we have the pleasure of having the chief cook and bottle washer, and that is Hilton Weber here tonight. Come on up. And Hilton graciously, he's from Fountain Medical and Eivind, he graciously helped us to publish this little booklet. You just need, Manets just need to hand over a prize. This is for you, a keepsake. And of course, if you can give Karen our best wishes. Now, Hilton, because he's our main sponsor, he needs to say a few words too. Come on up. And as you know, I don't take no for an answer.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Well, wow, there's nothing more intimidating than getting to the top of a flight of stairs and someone saying to you, you've got to make a speech. So, here we are, unprepared. So I had some thoughts. How well do I know you, or what is it that I know about Diana? And this is it. About 20 years ago, I decided, you can all see I'm not a midwife, you can probably work it out. No, neither am I a mother. But I decided I was going to get into the business of infants and breastfeeding and looking after babies, or for whatever reason. So I asked some friends and they said, well, you've got to get the experts. And one of the names near the top of the list was Diana du Plessis. And I phoned her and she said, yeah. And she wasn't really friendly. She really... There's the Smos coming along to sell, at that time it was just breast pumps and things like that. And she said, okay, but you're going to come to my house. Well, that's not normal. And I did. I arrived at the house, and she wouldn't let me into the house. I had to stand on the lawn. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah.
I don't know this well. This is Joburg.
From that day, for around about 20 years, or something like that, I learned a couple of things, and probably 3 things I'd like to mention. The first thing is Diana's passion is unsurpassed in the work that she does. It's enormous. It's every day. She never says no. It's just the most wonderful thing to experience. And just being near Diana and associated with Diana has contributed to, we are a commercial company, and it's contributed to us quite positively. And the other thing is integrity. There's no nonsense. It's all integrity. It's straight down the line. It's the truth. Forget the politics. Forget the rumors about this, that, or the next thing. It's the truth, and it comes from Diana's experience. I had to learn that. There was not going to be any commercial or easy pushover with Diana. The last thing I just want to mention straight away was, really it was a kind of common sense kind of approach to everything. And I suppose that goes with the integrity. Without integrity, you can't have common sense. That was 20 years ago, and we've had a long association with Diana and her practice and people in her practice. We haven't met most of these people. It's been one where we have derived a lot of support. Anytime there's something that we need to know or need to resolve, phone Diana. And we'll find out if we can do that, if we should do that, whether it's allowable, whether it's legal. And I hope that we've been of some support. And I really look forward to many, many years. I want to say congratulations on this new life, this new adventure.
For all time's sake.
Yeah, for all time's sake. And Hello World will be a success. We will all see to that together. And for you, hello Diana, into this new world as well. So thank you very much.
What he didn't tell you, oh, my traporito. What he didn't tell you is that I made him come to my students, and some of my students who are here tonight will actually remember him. He had to come in, he does not like public speaking, and he had to teach my student midwives on how to work the breast pump. So he very quickly negotiated a deal where he would ask Astrid at that stage to come and do it instead of him, but I also didn't take no for an answer, he just had to do it. I am now currently the spokesperson for Avent on breastfeeding, and I do Fountain Medical's continuous professional development in the private hospitals. So that is quite a good association. Thank you very much for your contribution. Then, just to tell you a little bit more, all the photos, well, not all, I lie, 98.9% of the photos in this book was donated by my couples. He budgeted. He's really terrible. He makes you budget, even if you don't want to. So he made me budget for photos, and we did spend 1,000 rand. 1,000 rand. It was all donated by you. So I want you to give yourself a round of applause. So thank you very much for that. That made it so easy. And if Annika would then jump on the phone and say, listen, the publisher does not like this pixel. It has to be, I can work it with a pixel. It must be 300 pixels. Or what I can't even remember what he said, but it was terrible. It was really a pain in the butt. But eventually the product is so great, and then you graciously would contact your own photographer, and they would submit the photos for us, which is great. Then my forward stems from long time ago when we were in the States. Nogals, ek was in the States net. I was in the Free State. So when I was in the State, I met this magnificent, young, wonderful woman. Reggae, I do have a little fetish for reggae. And I met this wonderful woman, and she wanted to be an advanced midwife. I loved her to bits from the word go. I asked her to babysit my children, and she did. And when she would have a little boyfriendie coming over, my son, I think he was in standard 4 or 5 at that stage, he would then be jealous because he really loved her. And then he would feed those boyfriends, he would feed them the chocolate dark biscuits. They all munched it down, not knowing that it's actually dark biscuits that he fed them. And that's what my son David did. Her name's Nolene, she's the woman in red, sitting there in the corner. Now, I met her in the States. And of course, while working in the labor ward with my students, there was this young hunk of a new doctor, busy specializing, and he took note of who? My advanced midwife. And he hunted her down, and the foreword was written by Nolene's husband, Dr. van der Walt. He's an obstetrician and a gynecologist on the West Rand. And that's how far we know each other, because we've been in Joburg for many, many years. He wrote a wonderful foreword, and I'm humbled by what you say. So thank you very much for your contribution, and thank you for being present in my life. He helped us through a lot of hiccups in our lives. He assisted when we go down, and I'm an emotional person. I ride the waves of life. My husband's the stable one, cruising along on the Mediterranean. So whenever I had very high or very low, Daniela's was always available to help me out. So thank you very much for that. You're in my life forever. Now, let us get to the nitty-gritty. There's messages of friends that you can read. And then we get to the nitty-gritty. How did we happen? And we happened because of one very pushy clinic sister. And her name is Trace Potgieter. Stand up, Trace, so that they can see who you are. If you think I don't take no for an answer, you ain't seen nothing yet. So here I come in Joburg, and this pushy woman rocks up and she says, we need to start antenatal classes. Yeah, right. What do I know about antenatal classes? I have the knowledge, I have the skill, but what do I know about antenatals? So she organized 2 couples for us. I said, I will teach, but what you have to do is organize the couples. I'm not good on marketing. I come from Bloemfontein af. We don't market in Bloemfontein. So, Tracy, without you, I would not have eventually started. We did, it's true, we did the first course, see what we can come up with. The second group, we realized, okay, that's a little ambitious. So we tacitly remember, I was lying on my bed and I said, listen, God, if you want me to continue, you better give me clients because I'm not going to advertise and I'm not going to do anything. This is now onto you. And it kind of took a life of its own. At the height of Baby Wise, we had 360 couples in our class per year. It was amazing. My husband had to lend me money to build onto our house. And then he had to bail me out because Sambo crashed. And he had to bail me out until Sambo gave my money back to buy on Deckers Road. So my husband was always the bailing out person. Why do we call him a bailer? And that's how it eventually started. So it was absolutely wonderful. One of my couples, Amanda, she's now West. She's been in my life as in forever. She never left. And she was the second one in my class. Now our son, Aubrey, was supposed to be here, and I don't see Aubrey. Aubrey? Aubrey's not here yet. I'll report him to his mother, don't worry. He's now at varsity, a hunk of a man. You'll see him in the front of our book. Alright, now how the book consists, you can turn the page. What we did and show it to the people. What we did, we would give you a nice front page or a nice page, and then we would add on as many photos as we possibly could. Now, let's get to the naming of the book. And let's get to the topics of the modules. And the name of the book was suggested by 2 people. We had to make a combination. The one said, Baby Wise, an incredible journey, something like that. And the other one said, Hello World, an incredible journey, something. And then we made a combination. So we have 2 winners, Anneke, and the winners are
Antoinette and Timor. Please come forward.
Please come forward, Antoinette and Timor, because you are going to get a prize. We said we will reward you well, and I think for that you can go out on a night's evening date. They've got 4 kids by now, they need it. What do you want? So, with the compliments of Baby Wise, with the compliments of me, Diana, and Anneke, we are giving you a nice, wonderful present. We hope you enjoy. And then, unbeknown to us, remember, you will not know, but we normally don't know who's the babies. I sure as hell don't know me. So when she opens the book, no, the follow-up one, you want to do that one? Okay. The runner-up, that was neck on neck, is... And this was the most exciting thing ever. Now that big boy is that little baby. So they need now to make more babies for us to have more photos. Okay, page through the book to the brain page. to us. The panel, we had a panel of people, and a few of my panel members are here. I would just SMS them and say, you have to vote now. The panel winners chose this photo as being the most beautiful photo for the introduction. And it was the front page baby's parents. Isn't that special? I didn't know that. They're seeing this for the first time. Isn't that amazing? So that worked out so absolutely wonderful for us. Now, how does the book modules work? The runner-up for the name of the book eventually became the module name. So the pain control, I won't run through all of them, but the pain control one was the one that said, what was that one again? Okay, moments that took our breath away. It doesn't matter how you birth, you will be out of breath anyway. So that was so special, and that was contributed to us by all our clients as well. So we have, by pain control, we had a model in the book. You have to page to that. Didn't he come? Well, we'll hit him hard. We'll show his photo. When I wanted the photo, I wanted a man pretending to have given birth. My husband didn't qualify, he hasn't got enough hair. And Annika's husband hasn't got one. Because I said, Kulabos Bobayani, it must be a very hairy man that makes that book. And this is exactly how it worked. In the middle of the book, we have a special moment. And on the front page of that, in the middle of the book, you'll find me and my family. Not all my family members, they're not pregnant. So it's my daughter and my grandbaby, the love of my life. In the middle of the book, you will find a photo of the three of us, my grandbaby, my Annika's husband can't be here because he decided instead of coming to a launch of babies. I have to mention my special, my son, my daughter's wedding. Which one? My niece's wedding. Both. Oh, it was both. Yeah, I remember. I said we'll have to have another wedding for the small one for Elena. But this is what we did with the collage. So there's so many photos. How many?
About 10,000.
We have all those photos. Now, just a little word in between. When Fred gave us hell with the photos, he constantly would remind us he wanted quality. We said we will get you quality. And then one day he rocked up and he said, I need to see the photos. And then I said, Annika, open your computer. And at one stage the computer crashed because it just rolled out all those wonderful, magnificent photos that you sent us. And because of that, we are writing a breastfeeding book, we are writing an introduction to solids book, and we are writing a growth and development book. And the call for new photos will come out soon. Of course, a few boobies can go in, but for the front page of the breastfeeding one, we decided that we will settle on a mom and baby look-alike photo. So you can dress up, it doesn't matter the age of the baby, that one will be great. The title of the book for breastfeeding will be Hello World, See Me Drink. The introduction to solids will be Hello World, See Me Eat. And the growth and development will be Hello World, See Me Grow, which I thought was great. The books will be in print by January the first one, February the second one, and then May the third one on growth and development. I cannot end the evening without mentioning how the book works. Shall we do QR codes? So, because I'm in a company of young people, they showed us what can be done. We also know that young people don't read anymore. So what we did was to put in a little Facebook page, and in that there's questions and answers. And many of my clients will find their birth story broken up in questions and answers in this page. It also comes with a QR code. Now, I didn't the hell know what a QR code was, and I didn't even know how to get it. So Tanya eventually had to put it onto my phone. I don't even know how I ended up on Facebook. My son did that. So the QR code, if you scan on it, it takes you directly to the YouTube link. So there we scanned videos, we made sure that it's good quality, that won't scare everybody's boots off just because you're having a baby, and that is how it works. Then we get to the last page. When I wrote this book, we went through the whole motion of pregnancy, labor and birth, the last one, yeah, that one. When we got to the last page, I suddenly realized, the last chapter, I suddenly realized that we can't have baby-wise moments, miracles and memories without remembering the babies that was not meant to be. So I ended with a little piece, just a little snip on the last journey. And those commemorate the babies that weren't meant to be, the babies that were born too early, the babies that died either during labor or the babies that passed away afterwards. Part of the moments and miracles, of course, the babies that ended up with challenges, ending in NICU and now running around and creating havoc. Babies born with clubbed feet, now all corrected, running around, kicking everybody to pieces. Our babies, we did have babies born with Down syndrome. And we did have babies born with spina bifida, and those babies are commemorated. And I'm going to please read, I haven't got my glasses on, the special.
This book cannot be complete unless I acknowledge the babies, moms and dad who briefly entered my life and departed way too soon. I wish it was different. Jada, Anthony, Helen, Gugu and Bian, I remember for different reasons. You complete this book.
So on this page you will see one of my dads, you all know him. It's Gugu Zulu. He's a race car driver, South African person. He went to Kilimanjaro and he passed away, didn't make it. His sister is here tonight. Thank you for coming. She also recently had a baby, and of course it's a baby-wise baby as well. So thank you very much for making the effort. It's recently, that baby is still very minute, and she still made it, she's still coming. The last one I will read, because that I can read. Okay, and I want to end up, and I would say, I've seen many babies in my life in midwifery and obstetric who desperately fought to stay alive, yet were not meant to be. These experiences was the worst, and although I cannot remember the names, many of those little faces are embedded in my memory. I believe I was there for you who suffered the loss, in person many times, in spirit even more. Yet those are the two facts of life we cannot change. We are all born, and we will all die. This is the Baby Wise book. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for contributing. Now, I don't want to end on a solemn note, so I'm going to ask Fred to give you a little statistics and tell them about the company that assisted us so much. And then we are going to tell you about our calendar, and it developed because we had so many photos, we had to do something with us. So, Fred, the floor is yours.
Thank you. As you realize, you cannot be working with the Plessis clan without them sucking you in. So we're going to be busy for many years. Thank you for the business.
He will never be the same again. He's now an honorary midwife.
Yeah, I can show you on my iPad all the photos of breasts and everything. I was sitting in a news cafe and looking through the book and some of the stuff, and a waiter came over to my iPad and was looking at my iPad and just seeing breasts and boobs and everything, and like, what's going on here? So we invited her actually to the launch. I don't know if she's here. To see that we're not like, pervert people. But it was fun. It was fun, and I have to say, managing this project was as smooth as ice. I cannot tell you how easy it was, because the ladies here on this team and everybody that worked with us just made it happen. Pushing all the time.
Come this way.
Really, this way. Thank you. In fact, that is being live streamed to as we speak. That's what's happening there. So you can actually see it on live on the Facebook pages. And Rushan from Jetline, together with Mariki in partnership, you cannot believe the excellence. I mean, anybody that want to publish a book ever, speak to Jetline. If you don't believe me, go to the Facebook page. You'll see that there was a video we put on there that had 9,000 reaches, but 5,000 views of a video of the book being printed, which he sent us one evening. It was a Friday evening. So yeah, I highly recommend it. I'm not going into all the stats, but maybe Rushan, you can share some stuff from Jetline, and why Jetline is here also tonight. Because I mean, without them, as you said, this thing would not exist. Just to see how this thing is sewn together, man.
Really sound.
Really sewn.
Thanks very much, Fred. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I met Diana for the first time, Dr. Diana, with Mariki at the Bites Group. Mariki works for Xerox, and I've been friends with Mariki for a number of years, besides being work colleagues. It was a pleasure meeting the team for the first time and putting the book together. For me, I do a lot of printing. I've been in the industry for over 25 years, so I understand print, and for me this was a challenge. But it was something I took on with both open arms. I enjoyed it. Obviously, Jetline doesn't just do books. Right now, for everyone who's here, we've got a special something for you. Inside your gift bags you're going to get later is a copy of a little voucher. So if you had a baby, or if you have your dad's anniversary, or your kid's matric ball, do a photo book, there's a 50% discount on a photo book. I mean, those photo books cost about $300. You can get for 150 Rand with this voucher in there. All you need to do is contact us. And inside every single gift bag is a voucher. With that is also, this also costs 50 Rand, by the way. It's a photo book forever CD. All you have to do is put this into your laptop or computer or whatever, and it'll download the program where you can just put all your pictures in, and it will then design the book for you, whether you're choosing A4, A5, whatever sizes. It's all in here. And unfortunately, we've only got the PC version, but if you need a Mac version, all you need to do is get onto our website, which is on here, and you can download it from there. Or contact Tessa at the office. Photo book price list is on the table with the purple cloth there. We've got prices for photo books as well. Listen, I'm not here to push Jetline, but I can tell you right now, I've been in the industry for over 25 years, and what we do, besides doing business cards, we can do billboards, banners, a whole lot. So please contact me. My card's in the bag. Give me a shout whenever. And congratulations once again, Dr. Diana, and thanks, Fred, for the opportunity, and thanks, Mariki, for making it all start off. Appreciate it.
If you can look at the back of your chair, there's a lucky winner, number 2 and number 5. If the number's on the back of your chair, can you please come forward?
Okay. 2 and a 5 behind your chairs. Oh, we've got Mariki nog. Me, and this is her husband, Lapis. No, but it wasn't her chair, it's yours. Yeah. Nie eers nie al dink hy so. Dis 'n plesier. Oh, that was nou nice. Excellent.
Okay, so we had a top 18 with all the beautiful pictures. If I can ask them to come forward so that we can give you a little gift. Tanya, Mareike, Alette, Lindy, Germani, Trisha, Anthony, Sanette, Matthias, Henry, Amlin, Suzette.
Unfortunately, some of them already had to leave because the babies are getting unruly. So there we go, little bag. Was hy nie by? Was hy nie by? Ja. Now I just want to tell you about Tricia. Tricia came in my life when she was expecting Inay. And Inay was in nappies when she would already distribute some of the items that her mother presented at the antenatal classes. Nogals slave labor, for free, she was never paid. But thank you so double finalist, and thank you very much for being here. This didn't come, so we have lots of friends that we're going to use later. Or like Annika.
I would just like to start off with saying thank you to Dr. Du Plessis for the opportunity of a lifetime to be part of the journey to writing this book. It has been an honor and a privilege to be able to be the co-author. I met Dr. Du Plessis 10 years ago, being a young student with lots of hopes and dreams of making a difference in other people's lives. Thanks for making my dreams come true. Dr. Du Plessis, thank you for being a mentor, a mother, and a friend. The last 10 years has been a great journey of love, joy, laughter, and tears. I believe you touch each heart you meet and become a very important part of their lives. I hope our Heavenly Father will keep you and your family for many years to come. Okay, so before I cry, let's move on. Fred and Renal, thank you for all your hard work and patience with me and Diana. You guys are real rock stars, and we appreciate all that you have done for us. Ladies and gents, if you ever want to write a book, Woodrock is the place to go. Then I would like to thank all our sponsors for the event and the goodies bag. I'm just going to name them all. It's Evan Phillips and Fountain Medical, Bennett's, Reitzer Pharmaceuticals, Tony Breen Dietitian, BP Bryanston Wilson, Baby Wise, Lexi McAdam with Pilates, Trina's Nails, Rita and Bio Sculpture, Heon 52 Avenue, Saltone, Similac, Bio Oil, Newbie Baby Boutique, CDOC Photography, Jetline, and Bites and Done, Cairo Safe. So please make sure to check your bags nicely. There's a few surprises there and a few lucky winners. So that's enough from me. Please enjoy your evening and make sure that you get your copy of this beautiful book and share it with your friends.
Now, the last item before we enjoy the evening further is of course the calendar. And as I said, the calendar became a necessity because of all the photos. So this is what the calendar looks like. It's a 2018 edition, so you're already geared for Christmas for all the old grannies. They all want photos, and they all want books, and they all want to show the babies off. I want Annika to page to the December edition. And I'm totally biased, but that is the most wonderful picture ever because it's my grandbaby in the middle. So that is us. Anything we forgot?
If you want to order a calendar, please just come to me and I'll take your order for the calendar.
Okay. You will find all the information online, annikegrobler@gmail.com. Thank you very much for coming. But my dad is there. So we have a little photo of him, of the baby, and then with a little title that says, if you see my daddy on Facebook, tell him tummy time is over. So thank you very much, Anthony, for your contributions as well. We really do appreciate that. I hear there's some food left, so feel free to eat. There's some tea, coffee. For all the... Is there any pregnant girl, just before we leave? Is there a pregnant lady here? Anyone? A hint of a pregnancy? Tonight, pregnancy? Not?
Anyone planning?
Anyone planning a pregnancy very soon? Okay, come. Okay, so because we want to add to future generations and new books, and hopefully they will make me some DVDs as well. There's a little present for you. Thank you so much. And if there's a pregnancy in the room or planned, we want to be there. Okay, that's pregnancy ones. Is that everything we have? The top 18. Oh, I forgot. Johan van der Heever. Of course, I cannot do anything without the Department of Health looking over my shoulder and giving me a lot of information and help and what. Come on, Johan, what did I sit me? Johan is an old friend of mine. We just worked out 45 years ago. It's terrible. We were young and frivolous and fun, and now we are just sexy and cool. So Johan, thank you very much for being here.
So we have the gift bags over here. You're all welcome to take one, please. Thanks.
Okay, and it's the ones on the right-hand side because the others are for the top 18 winners. They've got other types of bags. But please help yourself. Take a goodie bag tonight. It's with the compliments of Aileen. And they did give us a lot of nice little goodies inside. These vouchers for hair by Anna, wave so that they can see you there. Anna spruce us up and make us look gorgeous. So Anna gave, I think, how many? 19 gift vouchers, which is really, really nice. Thank you so much for that. There's Pilates training. There's a lot of stuff. There's also a thing called Newbie. And if you find on the back of their little pamphlet, you find a little note. You are the winner of 1,000 rand. So make sure that you look at their website, but also look at that. You contact them directly. Thank you very much for all the men that made the effort to come. We do appreciate that. We know we have to haul you in, drag you in, and threaten you. But thank you very much for being here. Enjoy the evening with us. Thank you so much.